We have more. Do you want a little lap pillow?
Yeah, that'd be cute.
We should.
Why
have
is
one
it?
on
Why do
that
we do
couch.
that?
It's a comfort
Because
thing for
we-
women. I think
yeah.
it just like makes us feel like secure.
Yeah, because we know we're sitting down.
We
We're
gotta
like,
cover the little. Because we get the pants pooch. It'd be like, pimp.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
too.
Little
Yeah.
pants
That
pooch.
too.
I like to call it pants penis.
Oh yeah.
A pants penis.
That'll
Yeah,
just
because when you sit down and it just be like, brown.
Pantinus.
Oh,
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, look, it's very nice contrasting color.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, we're gonna have to get a big old couch and then we can all just sit and relax.
yeah.
I know. We need a big coat.
A sectional.
Right.
Girl, we'll be like this.
Crossover.
That would be perfect.
We should. We need a sectional.
This is
That
how
might
we'll
need
do
to
the
be
Mama
vibe.
Santana on
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
couch.
Yes.
Just
Girl,
laying
it
down.
is laying down.
The camera will be above us.
Above.
We have to do like a pajama episode. Okay, carry on.
What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
I'm Fee.
It's Melanie.
And Cody here, and you've tapped into
The Mama's Den. Alrighty, okay. Hold on. Sleeve. Okay. And welcome back to Mama's Den Monday. And we are so excited. Now, if you guys have been tuning in for the last few weeks, you know that we've been coming up with all the random jingles for
Yes.
all the guests. But today, we cannot do that and
Absolutely
insult
not.
ourselves or our special guest. As a mama in music, we gonna put some flowers, throw some sprinkles of appreciation for our guest today, who created the ultimate mama's anthem.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and mamas of the den, please welcome Victoria Monét.
We are
Wait,
so excited.
are we gonna try a little?
Are we gonna try?
Can we just like
Oh.
on my mama?
Oh, hey. Hey.
I look fly.
She looks good.
She
Hey.
did.
Okay,
Well, we almost went to the wrong song just then. But y'all know who it is.
Yeah.
Y'all know who it is.
a Grammy Award winning
Yes.
and
10 times nominated.
and author,
Yes.
new author,
Author.
author.
She's an author, honey.
She's an author and a mother.
and a mother.
And a mother. We're so happy to have you. I'm so
I'm so
happy.
excited to be here.
Yes.
This feels so welcoming and warm and like communal. It feels
As
so
motherhood
nice.
should. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the best hood, you know.
I love when people
The
say that
best
about our
hood.
show.
I just have to say, when I left the house today, my 4 daughters. I have 4 daughters. Wait, I'm Ashley and I have 4 daughters.
Yes, 4 girls.
Yes, 4 girls.
Oh my
They were
gosh.
like, "Who's coming?" The way they tried to leave the house with me.
Oh, I would have loved
My
to see
daughters,
them.
they danced with Debbie Allen, and
Oh,
their
wow.
recital last year, they danced to "On My Mama." So
No.
they literally was like, "Well, we want to show her our
Show me
dance."
the film. I need
Right?
to see
You got a
it.
video, right?
Oh my
I have
god.
to, I think I have it on my phone somewhere, but they are like, so they now I am the cool mom. I have
Yes.
nobody else who's ever came mattered to them, and I was like, I'm realizing this generational gap too.
Yeah.
I'm old.
No,
Well,
you're
that means
not.
you are
No.
multi-generational, actually.
You
I
are,
know.
because
All
we
the
love you.
generations.
For
The little
sure.
kids love you. Everybody loves you.
Good
I
space
love
to be
that.
in.
I
Yeah, that's
really
true.
do love that. I feel like that was my main goal coming out. I want to connect with our older generation, but also the kids. Like the kids are deciding the future and they're determining what it looks like. So I want to be in there. You know? How old are your daughters?
16, 8. No, I'm sorry, 16. Yes, 8, about to be 9.
Wow.
7 and 3.
How is the teenage
babies.
dynamic?
Girl.
Like, is it as wild as they say?
No, you know what it is? I think so. My oldest, I had her for 7 years, like me and my husband, just her. So she was an only child for 7 years, and our bond is like the 3 of us.
Premium.
We were all 3 born on a Thursday.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
okay.
we're very synced up. The 3
Yeah.
of us are. So she and I are like super close. I'm close to all of my girls, but I'm having a great time in the teenage years. Like she's everything. Somebody asked her to be their girlfriend. She's like, I'm trying to be an actress. We can kick it and we
Don't
can
have
hang out.
time. I don't
And
have
it's about to be the summertime.
Wow. She said, I can't commit right now. I
Right.
have other things.
But that's like, it made me feel so proud. Like she's just, I tell people to be your child's friend. Like that whole,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yes, be their friend. You got to be their mom, but it matters when they're a teenager because if they feel like they can talk to you, you have like, it just flows and goes.
I'm sure. I
Yeah.
can only imagine because that is a very popular quote among moms. Like, how do we know? We all had moms that said the same thing to us, like, I'm not your little friend, like all the same quotes, we grew up with it. So it's cool to see
Yeah.
like that friendship dynamic because it
evolution.
allows you to
Wait.
be honest.
Your mom,
Yeah.
tell the listeners,
Yes.
you're a mom to how many?
I'm just a mom to 1.
And
Not
her
just-
name is?
Her name is Hazel, and she's 4 years old, but going on 40.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you so much.
That's
I'm
right.
emotional. I'm just kidding, I'm just a little bit.
Wait, how old is she?
She's just turned 4.
She is so cute.
Yeah,
That's such a
thank
fun
you.
So
age.
beautiful.
Adorable.
She is
Thank you
beautiful.
so
And
much.
smart.
And all
Okay,
the
She is
things.
and her
really
sign?
smart. She's a Pisces.
Okay. Oh, she's really just turned. Okay.
Yeah.
My daughter's a Pisces too. My
Oh, yeah?
oldest. Yes, they're the
Oh my God.
best.
I feel like Pisces and Capricorn, like, they have a special connection because my mom's the Capricorn and she's a Pisces. So grandma, she calls herself Mimi, not grandma. Mimi and Hazel have
They
a
linked up.
major connection.
Yeah.
They want to be outside. They don't want to stay in the house. I know for us Earth signs, we're like, can we just like
Yeah.
be subdued and like be in sweats and watch movies and like chill in the house? But they're like, let's go
Yeah.
outside. So they have a kindred bond. It's really, really cute.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah.
So I feel like we are like jumping so far ahead, but I have a question. I already have a question because I wanted to ask this anyway. You had your daughter like in your 20s, and Ashley, you had your first in your 20s, and you too, Fee.
I actually was in my 30s.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yes, baby.
That's a-
So wait, were you like the first in your friend group to have a baby, or no? Like, what was your village?
So I got pregnant in the pandemic
Okay.
Same.
when everybody was getting pregnant.
Same.
So like there was just nothing else to do but
Get pregnant.
smash, kind of like little tequila, little, So I had her, and also 5 of my cousins were pregnant at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So our babies were lined up. Well, there was 5 of us total, so 4 other
Okay.
cousins. So we had the group text popping, and it was like 1 in January, 1 in February, and 2 in March, and 1 in April. So it was cool to go through it with them. They were going through the same things. Like, in the pandemic was different because all of the hospital visits are like by yourself and masked up. So it feels a little bit more, it felt a little bit more isolating than I would have imagined it would have felt otherwise. And then like going into labor with the mask and COVID scares and like that whole thing was interesting, but I did have a community of
That's what I was gonna ask you. Did you have to wear a
family.
mask when you delivered?
Yeah.
I did too. I just kept taking it off. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, literally. Do you want this baby to come out or not?
Right. That was horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
pretty.
A mask?
Yes,
I had the
to wear
oxygen
one.
mask.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
for my life.
I make big babies.
Yeah. How many pounds?
Peace was 8 pounds, 10 ounces, and then Zen was 9 pounds, 11 ounces. Yeah, girl. So I
Zen
had
was
to-
almost a 10
That's
pound
wild.
My
Did you
babies
have
are
them
big.
naturally?
Yeah.
Hui.
Yeah.
God bless
You
you.
all
So I was
right?
like,
You
girl, I
are
had an
so
oxygen mask.
You are so strong.
You're
laughing gas.
fighting for
Oxygen.
my life. Okay, but I have a question because this one is it hits home for me because I think people see you and they know you as this incredible artist performer. We've known each other for a really long time, and so I know the journey that it's taken for you to arrive at this level of success and accomplishment. But having a baby amidst that journey,
Yeah.
what was your experience when you found out you were pregnant? And how did you feel like initially? Like I've shared it publicly so many times, like we didn't plan our first son. We didn't plan our second daughter either, but beautiful surprises. And I remember when I first got pregnant, I was working on a project. I had just gone independent. I was working on a new project, and immediately like the seeds of the patriarchy and the seeds of shame that they've put on women in entertainment, that like your career is over,
Right.
that I didn't even know were living inside of me, scared the life out of me when I found out I was pregnant. It actually stole joy. It's actually the only thing I regret is allowing those first few months of the anxiety, not just the fear of going into motherhood, but it was the shame I was carrying that I didn't even want for myself. So it took a lot of work for me to get through that, to understand that I could rewrite the narrative and I could create my own destiny. And I'm just interested, just like woman to woman, artist to artist, what was it like for you? Were you scared? Were you excited?
Yeah.
What did you think going into motherhood would be like for you?
Okay. So during the pandemic, the last performance I did on a stage was my first late night television debut, March 3rd, 2020.
Was this moment?
This was Moment.
Oh, she
This was
killed. By the way,
Moment.
go run up this performance. When I saw this performance for you, I was in the pen. I was looking. I was like, "This girl is a performer, honey." It was an incredible performance.
Thank you so much.
Lives in my mind. Yes.
So like we're rolling out an album. This is a single. We just did a video in South Africa. Everything's amazing. So from that performance, we had plans to do other television performances. We were going to go, you know, overseas to shoot a music video for Jaguar. We had all these plans. God said, shut it down. Everybody shut it down.
Yep.
But I was simultaneously falling in love. At the same time as my career is blossoming, I'm like, oh my God, I'm enamored by this person. And then the pandemic just allowed us to really zone in, and there's no distractions, just spend so much time together. And God told me that this was going to be the father of my child. And I was like, I ain't no Mother Mary. Like, what do you mean? So, like, I had never received such a clear message from God. And when I expressed it to John, and we both felt it. So, like, it was planned, and we knew when I was ovulating, we knew, but it just felt right. And we had only been dating for 3 months at the time, but it was just like, I know, I feel like I might have met you before, like it's so clear. So it happened, but then when it actually happened, I was actually pregnant. I took a test because my boobs were starting to feel real funny. I was like, I've never felt this such a sensation, and they're a little bit plump. Let me just see what's going on. So I took a pregnancy test. And then when I found out that I was actually pregnant, I was just laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, no, wait. You told me, but wow, it's here.
Right.
But then after that, you're right. Like, the career part of it kind of stole joy, because I was like, oh, now I have to explain this to my independent, you know, partner that has been investing in me, and do they think that I can go as far with the world kind of maybe ending possibly, but also like we have an album that we're promoting, but then I'm going to be with child. So like I went into the Zoom call like shameful and apologizing and crying, like, I'm so sorry. But it was from God. Like, I shouldn't be apologizing to anybody. And like my team was just like a little bit worried too, like put a PowerPoint presentation together, like, these are the pros and cons of having a kid, this is how much it costs, this is like,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh,
like,
this is like so intense.
Yeah.
it was,
Oh, my friends did that to me,
I was
though.
like, this is so intense.
She looked at me because I got pregnant after a month with being with my now husband. We were boyfriend, girlfriend. But my friends gave me a PowerPoint to tell me why I should or should not keep my baby.
Wait, but when they did the PowerPoint, it was work that was doing the PowerPoint, or your friends?
no work. It was like on my team, which I understand it, because they're just looking at like,
But their
Big
job is
picture.
to manage
Yeah.
the situation.
Wow.
Yes.
right.
And so they have to give you a plan
Right.
and give you the option to choose how you go about the plan.
Yeah.
Still
I don't
heavy.
like it.
Yeah.
Sounds technical for something that's so magical, but you do have to think about that for the management of your life and your career and your peace,
Right.
and how you want to do it.
Right.
It's very, very important.
It's like, it's bittersweet, because while you want to, usually when you give someone that type of news, everyone should just be, oh my God, because I'm not young. It's not like I'm getting pregnant at 14, 15.
Right.
I'm like well off adult, like I'm up there.
I got bills.
30s, like,
I got responsibilities, and
Yeah.
I'm paying for all of
I
them.
can
Yeah.
handle it. So it was just a little bit like, you know, I'm balancing actually feeling joy, but then thinking about the logistics. And the end of the PowerPoint was like, what is the rush? You know, you have all this going for yourself. You are
The
kind of
PowerPoint
like,
had a perspective.
yeah.
It
It was
goal.
like,
Yeah.
it was like, you don't have to you're pregnant, but you don't have to be. But then that lit the fire. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it.
You go.
Yeah,
Your earth sign.
The
That's
ending
what
of
it
the
do.
PowerPoint presentation was, "What's the rush to have a baby?"
Yeah, like you don't have to deliver this right now. You have
The
so much
project
ahead
or
of
the
you.
baby?
No,
the baby.
The baby, honey.
The
So
baby.
I think
what I'm like,
we
it's
all
intense.
kind of
The
were with the
baby.
pros and the cons. I like that. Somebody
You
presenting
have
with
to
pros
be.
and cons. That's
I
cool.
get
I don't
it.
like that.
But the end.
I don't like it either.
Don't give me no pros and cons. Let me decide on my own.
Please.
It's my body.
Listen.
I'll figure it out.
But I
you mad
get
at your
it, but
friends?
It's like it's hard because you're a product.
Yeah.
As an
Yeah.
artist,
Yeah.
you're like. It's not like you can sit on as a Coca-Cola. I'm just soda.
Yeah.
I have emotions. I'm a product with
Yeah.
emotions and other plans and like falling in and out of love.
You're a
and
person.
Yeah.
You're a person.
So I get from a business standpoint why everyone would be like, this is it's gonna entail. Your team has to go through this. It's gonna cost. Like we don't have the resources, but you're making it a little bit hard. But you can do it. So I understood it, but while pregnant and in that emotional state, I was like,
Yeah.
it felt like almost like a rebellion. You know, a Taurus, you're like, okay,
Watch
let's
this.
see. And then from the time that I gave birth to her, 6 weeks later, I wrote On My Mama, and that's been the biggest
right.
blessing. Like, it just, God was like, I got you.
Yes.
Like, don't worry about
I
it.
feel like that's the most magical part about being a parent is when you're scared, just terrified out of your mind, especially when it's like you are an artist, and then as soon as you deliver the baby, it's like, whoa, where'd that blessing come from? Whoa, hold on,
Yeah.
it's oh my gosh, that's
what
a
I was
lot to
gonna say.
process.
So you feel like, I'm imagining that your daughter is more motivation for you, and it allows you to tap into a different level of creativity and just different things that I'm sure you didn't even think about.
For sure. It's not just for me anymore, and which is why I feel like the book came up, is because like she's allowing me to see what she needs to hear from me and what needs to be on record. Like, even when I do Instagram posts sometimes, I know that she can't read, but I know that one day she's
day.
gonna go
One
through
day.
and
Yep.
see
Yeah.
like, what was my mama talking about when I was
Yeah.
3? She has all that, you know, because of the internet. So I want to make sure I'm leaving the paper
Yeah,
trail.
like empty yourself out. Like get everything out that God is telling you to get out, and then she'll be able to reference it. And then her
Yeah.
kids and her kids.
it's
I'm
it's
like,
right there.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
book, Everywhere You Are,
Yes.
available June
June
20
24th.
24th. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Y'all need to pre-order now.
Yes.
Please
It's so
do.
good
Don't
and it's
sleep.
beautiful.
Thank
What was
you.
that first nugget where you were like, I'm gonna write a book?
Well, it actually started with a book of a different title. And then when 2021 came, we were able to do a little bit more moving around, and I was just feeling that mom guilt, convicted, because my momentum had gotten me to a certain place with work that I had to show up there, but also motherhood was so, you need to be there also. So I'm trying to kind of split my time, divide myself and my emotions, but I always felt like no matter where I was, my heart was in 2 places. Whether I'm at the studio, I'm thinking about her. When I'm with her, I'm like, oh, I gotta finish this and that. So I just wanted to give her a message that she would be able to really stick with throughout her life, to understand that even when, just like God, even when you don't see me, I'm there with you. You know?
Your book made me cry.
Same.
I'm gonna cry now. Oh my God, what's happening?
Oh gosh.
Watch.
Just let it come
No,
out.
I don't feel like doing that today. That was not on my agenda. Go back in. No, but the beautiful thing about your book, and I don't even know if this was your intention, but my sister passed away, and I was like,
so
this book
sorry.
could be used for parent, like to help children with grief.
Yeah.
And that's like, I know that might not have been the intention for you when you were writing it, but that is all that was like downloading on me when I was reading this. I was like, this is so beautiful, because it's such a beautiful message for children that may have lost parents, like that you're always with me. Parents, but like, I just kept thinking of my sister and my nephew when I was reading it, like, oh my God, like, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really, really beautiful. Like,
Thank you.
you won't get all the awards.
Thank you.
Buy
I'm
her
so
book.
glad.
And I love that you use the moon as like a focal point, as the character, because just like you said in the book, like the moon, you don't always see it, but you know it's always there. So if it's on the other side of the world, where you are, it's always there. So it's, and you know, I'm Cancer, so I'm a moon child.
Yes.
So I love a moon child. I love a moon reference, honey. I love it. My daughter will be like, can we go outside and find the moon? I was like, yes, we can. So I love that you anchored that through the story and like what the sentiment is. It's
Thank
really
you.
beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
I wanted, you know, young children to understand the why. And sometimes when you just want something, you want someone's presence, you don't understand the why as a little one. You're like, they're just gone. So that reminder, you can just ingrain it from young, like, this is why I do this, and no matter where I am, I'm still yours. I'm with you and you're with me, and we go together. Like, we just
Real bad.
Yeah, real bad. So
We are extensions of one another. The thing that I loved about the book is it reminded me so much, because it reminded me of talking to my kids about co-parenting, because we do 1 week on, 1 week off. And so they, like, by the time Friday comes, we're like, okay, we missed each other. Where are you guys at? But it definitely, like, it struck a chord for sure. I was like, this is so beautiful.
Look how that book is just
I
translated.
know.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's how God works.
Yeah.
There's levels and layers to it, you know?
Yeah. Do you ever feel like, I know for me personally, it almost is like whoever's spending the most time, I just, I'm like, but I want to be your favorite.
Do you have any?
Still,
Like, it's
like,
a little bit
yeah.
of like a
Like, I don't want to say competitive, but it is like, I have to make the 2 hours I spend so much more effective and quality than like the 5 hours she might spend with dad. So it's
or
like-
Mimi or anybody, right? Yeah.
nanny, like
Yeah.
school members, like friends. Like, I just have to curate our time so much. So do you guys ever feel that like tug of war between like just solitude, like being grateful that she has someone to be with that she knows, but also like, no, I'm about to come in there and turn.
I feel like that 100%.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Especially if like my son is he's affectionate with me when we're behind closed doors, but then in public he's like climbing on his dad like a jungle gym, and I'm like, well, what about me? But he's starting to get better. But I had to have a conversation with him like, hey, when you deny me of a hug and a kiss, it kind of makes me feel a little bit sad.
Right.
So he started to understand. But oh yeah, girl,
How
definitely.
old is he?
He's in his 6.
Oh, see, he's emotionally intelligent. He's like, oh, I do want to make you feel good.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really their intention. They do want you to
Yeah.
feel happy and good, and they want
Yeah.
to do those things. So if you express it to them, especially at that age, I think it would ingrain in him. So later, like when he treats people, he's evaluating their emotions and like, how can I make them feel good?
Yeah.
That's what I do with my mom. Yeah,
exactly.
Really sweet.
as a fellow like touring on the go mama, I definitely feel these things. Like like, you know, and then our kid's dad is also, my husband is also gone as well. So we have this odd dynamic where we have to entrust extra people, not just each other.
Right.
So like I feel better when I go out of town and I know that he's home. Even if we have help, there's a nanny or auntie or somebody. But when we're both gone, I'm literally like, who do they cling? But we do have wonderful people in our village. And so I'll say that like, I understand the feeling of, well, I want to be like the person you miss the most, or like the one that you like long for the most, and you can't wait and you miss. And I find that it too goes in seasons. Like this morning she woke up and I went into her room. She's like, I want daddy. And I'm like, well, your daddy was gone all day yesterday. I was, you feel like what? Like you're just going to disregard all my efforts yesterday.
Right.
But then when I was gone last week or 2 weeks ago, she was with auntie and she was, where's mommy? I want to call mommy. Like it was me. So I think the thing that happens is how we can find peace is that we're grateful for the fact that they have people that love them and that we trust enough to leave our children with.
Right.
That's a blessing. Some people don't have it.
That's
and some
right.
people don't get to leave because they don't have the support.
That's right.
Right? So like if she's loved, cared for, safe, and you know, we sometimes have to get our feelings hurt a little bit, but their joy ultimately is our joy.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's why we're here and why we do it. So the goal is the same, but the conduit may not be, because might not be from us, but it's still okay because we have happy children full of love and community, and it's about the tribe that raises. It takes a tribe.
And it's not that when you're there, like she knows your love. Like the children know your love when you're there. It's the quality time, just like you said. So it's not like it's toxic or, you know, it's a situation where your children grow up and, you know, it's like, oh, my mom messed me up because she was gone. Like, no, I really think, I always use my parents as an example because my parents were immigrants to Canada from the Caribbean. And so they had to leave my brother in Guyana with my grandmother to go establish a better life. And my parents will still cry about it to this day. If you'd be like, well, it was so heartbreaking when we had to leave him, but you know, we knew we had to do, but we turned out okay. You know, and we have, thankfully, have had many years as a family unit, quality time. And so then once you see your parents as people when you get older, you're like, oh, I understand why you had to do that. You have more, you know, like I know you love me. It's never a question of if you love me or not. I realize that you had to do what you had to do. And also too, because I'm a big advocate for this, is like she gets to see her mother living her dreams.
Ooh, yeah.
All of them,
Yeah.
baby included.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's inspiration for her. And you said it in the dedication of the book.
Right.
She's getting to see that she can be anything in this world.
She can do
and everything.
Speaking of which, your daughter, whenever we see her, she has like such a strong personality. And I'm like, she's a little star.
Star.
you.
Would you want her to be in the entertainment industry, especially since you're in it and you know the ins and outs?
So I feel a couple ways about it. One, yes, because I feel like that's where I can help her the most and provide the most advice and navigate and curate. If she wants to be like an acupuncturist, I'm like, I'll help you find the people, but I don't know much.
Yeah.
So I feel like for that reason, yes, but it is scary because of what I've went through. Like some rooms and some energies, I'm like, oof. You know, getting biblical, it's just like that's where, you know, the devil, he was in the choir for, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like it's
listen, this is a safe space. We believe in energy.
It's that. It's that that's
We
scary,
believe,
and it's so powerful that you obviously get some abusers of that power, and they're right amongst the great ones.
Yeah.
So I really want to just teach her to decipher what's good and bad, because that will apply wherever she goes.
Yes.
It's like, can you be confident enough to say no in this situation? Do you feel pressure to fold? And building her confidence is the most important thing, because no matter where she goes, that's going to allow her to say no to the bad things, yes to the great things, not feel, you know, like she has to do anything.
Yeah.
And right now, she seems like she's got that already, and I can't even. It's just in her. She's singing, making up songs.
She's designing.
She's drawing, designing, like
When you posted a thing of her designing clothes,
the dress. Yeah,
I was like, this is
Rainbow.
fire.
Yeah, it's really
This is fire.
good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be. She gave me Blue Ivy. She's like, Mom, don't clap right now. She's very like,
She's gonna
you know,
manage you.
she gets it. She gets it. So, for those reasons, yes. But then I have her in all of activities, trying to see what she actually likes. So soccer, ballet, ballroom. She's always coloring and drawing. So just exposing her to everything and see what she naturally gravitates to.
What does she gravitate to, like, you feel the most?
It seems like music. She's always singing a song. Always singing a song. Just her vibratos coming in.
Oh, how
Coming to the studio and just like
Well,
freestyling
she's a
things.
Grammy award-winning artist.
She like this.
She's a Grammy award-winning.
Right, I
Yeah.
forgot
Yes.
about that.
It's insane.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
It's really
she is.
crazy.
That's
It's
so
really
dope.
crazy. So I was excited to just bring her into the world, just as a foundation. If she wants to do that, I can let her know when she's like 8 or 9. Like, you know, you gotta, you got a leg up because you're already in the Grammy system.
100%.
You know? So
That's so smart.
it's really beautiful.
That's
I
so
love
smart.
that. It is.
Yeah.
I feel like, you
Put
know,
them babies in position.
especially for the Black community, it's just really important to give our children those tools and that leg up. It's like everything is so much harder for us. So if you're able to raise your child in a way where they can just exist and figure out what they want to do, and they don't have to do those 18 other steps, like that's the biggest blessing as a parent, is to be able to set your children up to be able to just figure out what they want to do
I'm
and
so
not survive.
down for nepotism. Like,
Oh, me too.
100%.
Girl.
100%.
I am
Soft
the
life for
number one
you.
fan of Black nepotism.
please,
Yeah.
Put them up there.
Yeah.
please.
When it
like,
comes to the way that you show up in music and business, do you feel like it's different because you have a child now?
I think I have to manage my time better now. The schedule is way more important. It's
Yeah.
like, well, if I'm going to go to the studio, who's going to pick her from school? It's like just a lot more to consider.
Yeah.
And also wanting to fit that time in with her every day. I'm like, well, I got to shorten this. So I'm glad that I got the 10,000 plus hours before she was born. So I know how to do what I want to do quicker in a more concise time frame. Because if I would have had her 2021, I'm still fresh in it, and I don't know how to make a great song within 3-4 hours versus the 8 hours that maybe we
Girl.
would spend.
That's huge.
Like, I gotta do what people are doing quicker.
Quicker.
You have a set schedule or no? Does that make it difficult?
For like splitting between mom and dad?
Well, no, more of like you're a set schedule within being mom and then also having to do business. Like, is it Monday and Tuesday, I'm just mom and I clock out? Like, do you have the flexibility to be able to do that?
No, everything changes so much,
Yeah.
and the schedule looks so different every week, day. But I do try to say, like, guys, Sundays. But then sometimes those Sundays end up being work because that's when the award ceremonies are. That's when Coachella, like, so there's always like.
Coachella.
We're just gonna sprinkle about the Coachella performance this year,
It
okay?
was so good.
My girl was upside down on the stage, honey. Okay,
And in the air,
And in
all
the-
kinds of
just-
things.
Flipping me around.
did that.
They were just tossing her
Then you were on a
everywhere.
chair backstage with Sierra. I saw them legs fluttering, girl. I saw them.
It's been so fun.
Yeah.
It's been so fun to just be able to do just all the things that I want to do.
That's beautiful.
But then also come back to the home life that I want too.
Yeah.
Like the duality has been really, really special. And I just
Making a
didn't
living
know
and
that.
a life.
Yeah.
What a
it's
gift.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And
Is
take
it
it for
everything you
granted.
envisioned? Is it everything that God showed you?
I think almost. I feel like we're still kind of like going up the
Yeah.
escalator. And so God's been preparing me like really, really tough tasks, like a tour, to balance tour and motherhood. They're like, okay, that's like level 8. You know, like when you add some more dates and you go overseas and then there's more success and you have interviews on top of the tour, like, you know, I'm kind of conditioned for that now, and then it's going to just we're going to keep adding things on.
Do you
to
ever
it.
think that you would restructure your life? Because too, it's like I think about it, tour, traveling. I'm like, I just want to take the kids and just be like, all right, let's all just go.
Yeah.
But they also need a structure of life.
Do
and
they?
so she
Not in the
kind of.
summer.
They do.
I mean, you homeschool your kids, so
I
it's a
do.
little different.
Oh, you
And
Yeah.
but also your
wow.
homeschool kids have structure.
They do, but they don't. They're also homeschooled because of the careers that my husband and I have require a lot of us traveling. And it could be just one of us, you know, home and him, but I don't want to do that. Like, I'm also a creative. And so for us, we just take our kids with us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we've restructured our life to have our children. I personally feel like they're getting so much experience doing that. Like, my oldest daughter is always on set with her godmom styling and stuff. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, do I want them to sit in a class all day for 8 hours, or do I want them to like travel and do fun?
Experience.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they're still learning. They're super smart. So I don't know. I just feel like you just do it, whatever speaks to your spirit. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to. Remember Tracy Ellis Ross was like, we used to go on tour with her mom. She was like, she said, I think for like 4 or 5 years, they just lived in hotels. She was like, we didn't even have a house. We were just on tour with our mom, going from hotel to hotel, just living their best life. And
that became her normal.
yeah, and all of them seem to be doing pretty well.
What, that's like,
Yeah.
they have 5 siblings, right?
Yeah, and they was just living
of
their
people.
best
Just
life. I
going.
think she actually said they lived in a hotel too because their mom traveled so much. It just made more sense too.
Right. Yeah.
Like one of those nice ones. But either way, I'm like, they're all creatives. They're all living their life. So I'm just saying that to say too, to Mel's point, like you can change it up at any time. I don't think they have to be in a regular school.
So wait, I want to ask a question that's kind of about this, which
Yeah.
is,
About-
what do you think about? Yeah, because I'm Canadian, not really. But
I love it
say
so
She's
about-
not Canadian.
She's from
I'm
Texas.
from Texas, but I
But
can't
she
help
says
it.
about.
Wait.
Yeah.
But where did that boat come from?
Exactly.
We don't know.
I had a class. I told you this story. I was in grad school for 2 years, and my closest friend was Canadian, and I pick up accents very quickly, and
Yeah.
they just stick.
Yeah.
That was 15
That
years
was
ago.
it.
She says about more Canadian than I do, which is
I literally
hilarious
do.
as the
I love
Canadian.
it.
So, I mean, this concept of like, can a woman have it all? Like, what is balance? Like, for you, where do you fall in I have it all, or I have balance? Like, what do these words even mean to you?
I do. I technically do. I think just as far as the goals list and the vision board, I don't, because there's more to do. But I always say this, like the day that you pass, the day that God brings you home, you will have had plans for the next day. So I'm always going to have, we will always have something else on the to-do list, the bucket list, and that's just a part of living. But today, do I have it all? Yeah, like I got my baby girl, I got career that I'm working on, I got a really strong group of friends and family, like community. And I've just been reading this book called 40 Days to a Joy-Filled Life. And every day it has you start off with God and like think of gratitude, because before I was always like, yes, I did this, but there's still more to do. I was so like chasey. And today, since reading this book, I'm like, I'm so grateful and I could be done here. But also, like just showing gratitude, but then also having
more goals.
for more.
Is there anything in particular that you haven't done that you really want to do, whether it's acting or something? Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Acting, for sure. I always told my grandma I wanted to be a triple threat, but I haven't used the acting part yet. So I want to get there. And serious roles, not just, sometimes as an artist they like you because you are an artist.
Yeah.
But I want to like respect the craft, study it, and know what I'm talking about, and have a rapport with directors and other actresses, and really like do it.
Shout out to Janelle Monet.
Oh my gosh, she's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, she is.
Shout out to Janelle Monet who figured that out
She
and
did.
and put in the work. She's
Yeah.
an actress, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
You know who
She's
else
an
did?
actress.
Andre 3000. He's an amazing actor. And who else?
Wait, I never seen
Not actor.
I've never seen anything with Andre 3000.
What?
Yeah, they did. No, they did that Idlewild film.
Yeah.
But it was still
Oh,
good.
Idlewild.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
There's a lot of people who were artists that I don't even remember because now
J-Lo
they act all the
is-
time. Yeah.
Is it-
Queen Latifah.
Queen
period.
Latifah is incredible.
Period.
Yes. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen Equalizer?
She's
Yes.
great.
Girl,
The acting
my favorite.
She was a whole rap artist.
Yeah, literally.
Can I just say there was some rabbit hole I went down on Bringing Down the House? Remember that movie with Queen Latifah,
I
like
never
going
saw
off
that
on Steve Martin?
Oh.
She like just gets out of jail and she has been writing like love letters to this lawyer. Anyway, it's very ghetto and hilarious.
Yeah.
Very ghetto.
And it was on Threads or something, and it was like a very long clip. And I was like, this movie was funny.
It was
She's
good.
just so great.
Janet Jackson's another one.
Yeah.
Miss Janet, if you're nasty. Miss
Insane.
Jackson, if you're nasty.
A mom,
Yes.
an actress, but
But you
still,
are a triple threat. You're a mom, you're a singer, and a dancer.
Yes.
So you wouldn't add anything else to that, but your triple threat is already popping, baby.
That's
It's
true.
already
Come on, Mel.
popping.
You.
Yes,
I
it
feel
is.
good.
What did it feel like to have your book in hand?
Oh,
Like from
a
it going from
dream.
a vision to you writing
You
it.
posted a
like
thing
what?
of seeing the book, right?
Yes, it was a dream. It's like when you have a vision and it just, the years in between is the part that amps it up. It's like, oh my God, finally.
Yes.
you mentioned 2021 you had a book idea. This is
Yeah.
25 and here we are.
Yeah, I didn't realize it
a
you know,
2-year
in
process.
the official book
Literary
space,
world.
Yes.
it's like a real lead time. I was like, yeah, well, you just put it on Amazon and like, it's done. But no, it's even longer than music. So
It is.
I'm
Yes.
appreciative that it's like finally coming to fruition and it's like the official way, and just excited to be an author and like have that as a lane of expression too, because sometimes it's not a song, it's just the words that I want people to hear. And I've always loved like Dr. Seuss, like just that world where you can just be silly or write, you know, things that affect the next generation without, you know, my music and can, because I am who I am, it can be sexual. And I want to have a space where I can just influence without that part, you know. So the book space and children's book space is like exactly that. My daughter, we just recorded the audiobook together.
Oh my gosh, is she doing it?
Yeah, she's on it with me. Yeah,
Does she love the book?
she does. I was reading her the drafts and stuff. I'm like, what do you think? She's like, I like it.
Isn't it so cool when you have like, well, when God gives you an idea and then you share it with the kids, it's like, what do you think? I know with Peace and Zen, I'm constantly like, okay, you guys, I have this new idea.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I love that, Mom. Let us know what people say. I'm like,
What are the reviews?
Like,
They're the
yes.
best A&Rs. They're
They
very
really are.
honest. They're
The
like,
babies always pick the hits.
No, seriously.
They really do.
She's like in the car. Right now, her thing is like, I want to hear something fast. So now I feel like I have to I'm like, let me just go make some up-tempos because I be in my little like zenned out bag.
Here for the vibes.
Yeah, here for the vibes. But now I'm like, okay, we need to rage because I want to be cool to her. So I'm trying to appeal to my audience. Like, let me just make some Afro beats real quick because she really enjoys it.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
would
can.
be.
Yeah,
We're
that would be
ready
fire.
for
I'm excited. There's something with I have a song coming out with David O.
Yes.
She's a fan of his. So when I told her, I was like, guess what? Mommy has a song with David O. She's like, yeah, he sings the I Will Be There Still song. She's like putting the pieces together.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'm just
Well,
trying
if
to
it
win
makes
her
you
over.
feel any better, a recent video went viral of Mariah Carey getting sunned by her son
Yes.
on live. Like he was like, "Oh, Mom, can you get it?" And everybody on the live was like, "Hi, Miss Scary Mariah."
He was on
And it
like
just goes to
a-
show you, no matter who you are, your kids will still clown you if they just
Unfazed.
unfazed. He was like, "Oh, my mom's here," and everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Your
Your
mom is
mom is
Mariah
Mariah
Carey,
Carey.
Yeah.
sir."
Your mom's-
And he is unbothered about it.
That's how it was when I at the Grammys I saw Will Smith and Jaden was backstage and he was saying what's up and he was like, oh, here's my dad. I'm like,
Your dad, the
mean Will
legend will
Smith?
take.
Will Smith, yes,
Here's
yes.
this guy.
My dad's here. Again, I'll say hi to it.
It's humbling.
Cool to yeah. No matter where you are, when you're living in the house with somebody, you're gonna pick them apart and be like,
Yep. You ain't all that.
Yeah, I know the real you.
Right.
It's really cool. It's super cool.
Well, we here in the Mama's Den, right? We are very intentional about like this is for the village of everybody raising kids.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in your dedication, the first like note is to all of us. It's not just the moms or the dads. It's like everybody.
Yeah.
So who's your village? You talked a little bit about grandma.
My mom has been
Mimi.
has been so amazing. When I was in labor. By the way, that was a 2.5-day process plus emergency C-section, and then she went to NICU for 4 days. It's always we'll talk about that, but I'm like, what? Because this is a story for a lot of women: the labor, then the C-section.
You're sitting next to one of them.
See what I'm saying?
2 of them.
What did they do? What was going on?
What was going on?
Something was fishy.
What did y'all miss? I know.
So she was there. She came down. She waited until she was at my house. She couldn't come to the hospital, which I would have loved to have my mom.
Yeah.
Please. But and probably every month, every other month, she's down here from Sacramento. She doesn't live here. That 1-hour flight, she has exercised with Southwest religiously. So I can't say thank you enough to her. My friends have been around. Her dad has been like.
I can't do this. Sorry.
Thank you,
It's stuck in
thank
the
you,
clothes.
because I would have.
I don't have this hair
And you
just
can't
talking.
Photoshop
I can't Photoshop in video, so we don't figure
Right.
that.
Her dad has been incredible. I couldn't have picked a better partner, and I'm so grateful because even when at our worst, there like it wasn't the online banter, like very private, very like respectful, and we both know that Hazel, again, she's very smart. She's gonna see everything. So just keeping it as much as we can off the internet, graceful, and that has been such a saving grace because it just obviously you want the family dynamic to work. You never go into it thinking like this is gonna be my baby daddy. So to have a partner that understands what I need to do and isn't spiteful, like, well, you got to work today, well, you're gonna have to figure it out anyway. He's been very hands-on and like I couldn't, and it's gonna make me cry because I want to celebrate. I didn't grow up with a dad, and I'm just like, that's what I wanted for her, to have a dad that is like on it, present, in love, showcasing what it looks like to be a great dad, and like not hating on the mom that's out there living her life without him, you know. So
I love
been
watching.
amazing.
Shout out to that man.
yeah.
Shout out to that man.
Important. I think it's really important, especially like you said. I also didn't grow up with my dad present, and every time I look at my children's father, I'm like, that is the number one thing I could and never would take away from him is he is an incredible father.
Yes.
Every time I'm like, this is just so beautiful. Sometimes I tell Peace like, say thank you.
Yes.
But no, I feel that very deeply.
Yeah, and I also think, and maybe you guys have had the same experience, but having a child makes you appreciate your mom so much more.
Yes, girl.
You're like, oh wow, I didn't realize. And my mom was 19 when she got pregnant. I'm like, wow, thank you, thank you so much, because I had no idea. Because God done gave me myself. I'm like, okay.
That part. Right.
You and Felicia have a lot in common. That's very riveting to me. Yeah, you do. Yeah. So you and your mom are really close because do you think that age gap help? Well, the smaller age gap helps with that too because you probably grew up with her.
Like my sister.
Yeah.
She was twerking around me. It was just very like sister. And when she comes around, she's hanging out with me and my friends. Part of that is her mothering style because she's very involved. She's gonna, if I'm not answering, she's the type of mom. She's gonna call my friend. I'm like, Mom, can you please stop checking on me through my friends? I was just taking a nap.
No, she's a Capricorn. She has
She's a
to know.
Capricorn.
That's how I
Is
am
that what it
too.
is?
Yes, girl. I'll be doing that too. I'm finding my daughter. Where you at? I text her. Why you didn't answer? Who you with? I'll call them. Where my daughter at? I don't play.
Literally.
I need to hear your voice. Yes.
Okay, Cap. So
Yes.
the Cap thing.
You know.
I have a best friend named Candace who is also a Capricorn.
We love
Yes,
Candace.
yes,
We want her to
yes.
come on the
She's
show.
coming. She's
They
definitely coming.
they are amazing.
Yes.
I
That baby.
love Ocean. Ooh.
Ocean dancing?
I told Omar, no, wait, and she like,
for our
really?
No, she
I
was
told
getting
Omar,
it.
I said,
For
Auntie
our
Fee just
listeners.
really just wants her.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's so edible.
I didn't
was
know you guys were
telling-
best friends.
Yeah.
She's a Capricorn?
She's a
Oh,
Cap.
I love her even more.
Yeah, she's a
definitely
Capricorn.
have
So her
Candace
and my
on.
mom, I understand
They
it.
vibe.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
vibe. But also just thinking about her journey as a mother has just been so beautiful. She's in her first year.
We're waiting for her to come on. Trust me.
I'm sure she would.
Yes.
I'm sure she would, because she's really good at balancing it all. She's an entrepreneur. She's balancing, being a new wife, which is a whole other job in and of itself. And then Ocean, sure, it's a handful, but it's so funny to talk about her dancing, because I'm like, she's dancing before she's walking, right?
Yes.
That's like technically.
She did that body roll.
That's what I said. I was
the
like,
way that I kept rewatching, I was like, I
too.
watched it like 20 times.
you are such a good friend. Look at you doing your own interview talking about your best friend. That's so dope.
It's just my tribe too, because I
Yeah.
think when I had Hazel, she was there. When she had Ocean, I'm there. And now they're like sisters. And Hazel, there's a video of Hazel like talking to Candace's belly, like, I'll take care of you.
Oh my goodness.
I'll watch over you. We're gonna be best friends. So now it's
Built-in
happened.
besties.
Yeah.
Ashley and I did the same thing. We
Yeah.
got pregnant at the same time.
Did you?
Yeah, our
While-
youngest.
while doing this pandemic, and now
Wow.
while doing this podcast post-pandemic, and our daughters are a month apart, and
Yeah.
they
Oh
are
my
literally best
gosh.
friends.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Both of our oldest are Pisces, and both of our youngest are Sagittarius.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
It's crazy to me that you have all girls.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she has all girls.
No, it makes sense though. I think it's funny. I left them a voice note because I wanted to have a son and name him Khalil, but I was like, I don't think I really wanted to have a son. I just wanted to have a son named Khalil.
Yeah, just the name.
I just wanted the name, not the child.
Just get a little dog, and you can just call the dog Khalil.
Right.
Always say that name every day.
No, you know how I feel about this. Naming pets people's names. No.
She doesn't want a pet either.
No.
She wants babies.
No.
Yeah, it's a pet. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Are you guys done?
Done.
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 Not me. I want another one.
Do you?
I love that for her.
Do
I'll
you
hold
have
the
a
baby.
wish for a gender or no?
No, not
Just
really.
whatever.
She has
Healthy
one of
baby?
each.
What about you?
I do want it, but my body does not.
You do want it, but your body does not.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah. That's the
I got
part,
you.
is to do it again.
Well, you could always
Yeah.
get a surrogate. You never know.
I wondered how I would feel about it, like morally being fully capable,
Yeah.
but then not.
I've talked. We've talked about this. I think everybody's decision is their own to make, of course. But
Yeah.
like for me personally, I remember my husband said to me, he's like, "Would you want to have more kids?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I don't want to be pregnant again."
Yeah.
And he's like, "But if we had $1 billion, he's like, we could just get a surrogate." I was like, I feel like if my body was capable, I don't think I could have someone else do it for me.
Yeah.
Right. But then I also said, I don't want to take care of nobody else either.
Right.
Like I feel very satisfied. We have
Right
2
here.
kids, and I was good with one.
Yeah.
And then our daughter came, surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
You know, and she's been the most incredible blessing. So, you know, I definitely am in the space of like I feel like I'm blessed to care for who I can care for.
Yeah.
It's with each child comes more responsibility, more time management, more all of it. I feel like we're good. We've got a boy
good.
and a girl. We're done.
Yeah,
Closed up the shop. My son has we've talked about it. Shout out to those men who go for vasectomies, because God bless you.
Yeah.
We enjoy the relations without worry.
Yeah.
You
That
know?
is fun.
I
Enjoy
love
those.
that.
That is the better side of it.
That
No,
is
we
fun.
got to
We
let
definitely
Victoria
I know we gotta
go.
let Victoria
Sorry.
go.
Because we are here.
She's a natural fit for the den.
Yes.
Wait,
sure.
it's a wrap.
It's a.
I know, girl.
What do you want to talk about, girl? What you want to talk about?
Everything.
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 You just come back.
Yes, please.
That's true. I don't.
come
It
back.
don't have to be a one-time thing.
No, it does
No.
not.
You
You
know
have
what
a
we should
Right.
do?
What?
A live event, a live conversation around the book.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be so cute.
Yes, we
Okay.
like this.
Y'all look out for that.
Oh,
because
and you made sure it's
already,
the middle finger?
Y'all already
learned
have
it's
Yeah,
the
it's a
middle
middle
finger.
finger.
Yeah.
But I
Girl,
still
because I was
people
going
do
like this, and they were like, no,
Let's
it's
do
a middle finger.
Okay.
So,
So y'all have already pre-ordered everywhere you are.
Yes.
Okay, which is
Yes.
coming out June 24th, but you've already pre-ordered it because you've listened to this whole conversation.
And it's in Spanish.
It's in
Donde
Spanish.
quiera que tú estés.
You like Tata just now.
guys. First of all, I recorded it in Spanish on the audiobook, and that struggle, I was like, Sorry.
She said, "Ooh."
If I messed anything up, sorry.
The struggle came with the rolled R.
Oh my goodness. But Hazel was in there because she speaks Spanish with her. I tried to make sure from the beginning she had a Spanish-speaking nanny, because I just was like, it's so much easier to learn language in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she told me I did good, so I'm feeling good about my Spanish.
gosh,
my
how
Spanish
exciting.
version.
I'm
Yeah.
happy for you. I
Me
love
too.
this. My mom is Puerto
Thank
Rican, so I always love when people make a load. We have a bunch of Spanish children's books at home, so this makes me very happy. Yes.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you, girl.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you so
thanks,
much for
guys.
being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
This feels so warm and inviting. Thank you guys.
Thank you for
Such a
being
sweet
here.
space.
I know. Thank you.
And
And we
thank
need
you
to
for
hang
your,
out,
like,
have
your
cocktails
work.
after.
Okay, your twerking work and your kids' book writing
Twerking
work.
work.
Twerking work.
All the
That's
work.
work.
Wait,
Yes.
okay, hot take. I have to say this before we finish.
Yeah.
Y'all, I have never liked mom songs. I don't like the Boys to Men songs. I don't like it. I don't like
Go
it.
Not even
away.
Dear Mama by Tupac.
But I don't.
We're go-
But I like
We're gonna
Oh
all.
My Mama by
Mama.
Victoria Monet. That's my favorite.
Thank
Period.
God. I
I
made
have
the
never.
cut.
I just that's
That
my
might
hot
need to
take.
go to
I've
therapy
always
for
been
that one.
like, ugh, like this. I just never liked it.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
crazy.
love
Please don't
Oh
ever
My
say that out
Mama.
loud
Thank
again.
you
That's my
so
jam. I said it. I
much.
said my truth.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna edit
she's-
that.
she's-
That's my truth.
This is how she feels. in her
Sorry,
heart.
Wanye and them.
But I am grateful to be the only one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
So y'all, for all things Mama's Den, follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and
5-star,
review.
5-star, 5-star.
Okay, tell us what you think of the show, but only if you like it.
Yeah, right.
You love it. What are you talking about? Only if you like it. You love it here.
That
That's
part.
why you're here.
That's right.
And if you have questions for us, hit us up at podcasts
With an S.
at blacklove.com or on IG at the Mama's Den Podcast. And make sure you go to blacklove.com to see all things Mama's Den. Okay?
And for more Black love stories and articles, check out blacklove.com. That's a wrap.
Yes. I love it. Thank you, guys.
Did Kyle talk to you already?
No.
Kyle's got Die Hard fan.
Well, he said he's a day one. He got the merch and everything.
I will say, I
You
think
do?
it was at the first Merch Monday.
Stop.
was
DVD.
so excited to see that.
Yeah, because that sweatshirt, people keep asking for it and we don't sell it right
Yeah.
now.